The night was quiet in the land of Canaan. Stars shimmered softly in the dark sky, as if heaven itself were listening. In a peaceful valley lived a man named Jacob, and among his many sons was a boy called Joseph. Joseph was young, gentle, and thoughtful. He listened more than he spoke, and when he spoke, his words often carried wonder. Jacob loved Joseph deeply. Perhaps it was because Joseph was born to him in his old age, or perhaps because Joseph's heart was tender and sincere. One day, Jacob gave Joseph a special gift, a coat of many colors, carefully woven, bright and beautiful. But love, when misunderstood, can stir jealousy. Joseph's brothers watched him walk by in that colorful coat, and their hearts grew heavy with resentment. They felt unseen, unchosen, and slowly bitterness took root. One night, Joseph had a dream. In the dream, he and his brothers were binding sheaves of grain in the field. Suddenly, Joseph's sheaf stood upright, while the sheaves of his brothers bowed down before it. Joseph woke with his heart racing. Later, he shared the dream with his brothers, not in pride, but in innocence. Their faces hardened. "Do you think you will rule over us?" they asked. Another night, another dream came. This time, the sun, moon, and 11 stars bowed before him. Even Jacob paused at this one, quietly pondering its meaning. Joseph did not know it yet, but God had placed something sacred in his spirit, a future unseen, purpose unfolding. One afternoon, Jacob sent Joseph to check on his brothers, who were tending sheep far from home. As Joseph approached, his brothers recognized him from a distance, the coat giving him away. "Here comes the dreamer," they sneered. Anger took over reason. They seized Joseph, stripped him of his coat, and threw him into a deep, empty pit. Joseph cried out, his voice echoing against stone walls, but his brothers turned away. Later, a caravan passed by, traders traveling to Egypt. Instead of killing him, the brothers sold Joseph as a slave. As he was led away, Joseph looked back, his heart breaking, his dreams shattered, or so it seemed. Egypt was loud, vast, and unfamiliar. Joseph was sold to a man named Potiphar, an officer of Pharaoh. Though Joseph had lost everything, his home, his family, his freedom, God had not left him. Joseph worked faithfully. He rose early. He served honestly. And soon, Potiphar noticed that everything Joseph touched seemed to prosper. Joseph was placed in charge of the entire household. But temptation followed success. Potiphar's wife tried to draw Joseph into sin. Each time, Joseph refused. "How could I do such evil against God?" he said. Angered by rejection, she falsely accused him. Joseph was thrown into prison. Again, the pit. Again, injustice. The prison was dark and cold, but God's presence remained warm and near. Joseph did not become bitter. He served others even there. 2 prisoners, Pharaoh's cupbearer and baker, had troubling dreams. Joseph listened and, through God, interpreted them. The interpretations came true. Before the cupbearer was released, Joseph asked one thing, "Please remember me." But the cupbearer forgot. Days turned to months. Months turned to years. Joseph waited. One night, Pharaoh himself had dreams, disturbing dreams no one could explain. Suddenly, the cupbearer remembered Joseph. Joseph was brought from the prison, cleaned, and stood before Pharaoh. Pharaoh described dreams of 7 healthy cows devoured by 7 thin ones, and 7 full ears of grain swallowed by 7 withered stalks. Joseph spoke calmly. "The meaning comes from God," he said. 7 years of abundance are coming, followed by 7 years of famine. Store food now so Egypt may live. Pharaoh was amazed. That very day, Joseph was made second in command over all Egypt, from prisoner to ruler overnight. Years later, famine spread across the land, including Canaan. Joseph's brothers came to Egypt to buy food. They bowed before him, and Joseph recognized them. The dream had come true, but Joseph did not rush to revenge. He tested their hearts, watching carefully to see if they had changed. At last, overwhelmed with emotion, Joseph revealed himself. "I am Joseph," he wept, "the one you sold." Fear filled their eyes, but Joseph spoke words that healed generations. "Do not be afraid. You meant evil against me, but God meant it for good to save many lives." Joseph brought his family to Egypt. He cared for them. He forgave fully. Years later, when Jacob died, the brothers feared Joseph would turn against them. But Joseph said gently, "I am not God. You are safe." He had learned what suffering had taught him, that God's plans are deeper than pain, and love is stronger than betrayal. Joseph lived a long life. Before he died, he said to his people, "God will surely come to your aid and take you to the land he promised." And as night falls, we remember Joseph, not as a boy with a coat or a man in chains, but as a soul who trusted God through every season.